The issue with Eddie, which I think is key, what we're looking at the moment are the symptoms of a longer lasting issue, which started in the summer with the talk of him going to Saudi Arabia. He didn't do a particularly great pre-season. He didn't start the season particularly well, looked flustered, looked bothered. And this is a guy 2 years ago that I thought was up there with Ali as best goalkeeper in the world. So I don't think that had been rectified. Also, I think because Ortega was getting called into the odd game and doing well, Ortega's a fantastic goalkeeper. It kind of put the pressure on Eddie to be even better. Now, there was one game in particular against Fulham where City ended up winning 3-2. He makes 3-1 on one stage with Armand Traore, which won them the game. But other than that, a lot of it's been question marks. So I wasn't surprised. I understand he's injured, which is fine. But had he not been injured, I still wouldn't have been surprised had Ortega started today. I was surprised Ortega didn't start against United.
Well, absolutely. And I think when Ortega started the game against Liverpool, had a really good game, and I interviewed him afterwards for Astro and asked him whether he feels he's done enough, and clearly he has the confidence. He feels that he should be the starter. Do you have a preference between the two keepers?
No, I totally agree with Jay. I mean, for me, he's one of the best goalkeepers. When he's on his game, it's like everyone, isn't it? You know, when things are going well, your confidence just, and it happens naturally. I think it's hard to pick between the two at the moment, but Ederson's he's the best goalkeeper for me all round. But at this moment in time, I would be playing Ortega. At the end of the day, you've got like two very good goalkeepers, I feel, these days. And one's not working, someone comes in to fill that void, and that's what Ortega's done. And this is it's a top football club. You know, you have to have a good number two that can come in and fill that role and push the number one to get that shirt. So I feel at the moment Ortega deserves to be playing.
I think the key thing here is you can look at the saves or goals conceded as one aspect of goalkeeping. It's what they're going to do to enhance the team performance. Ortega's distribution, I think, is actually better than Eddie's, even if he hasn't got as long a strike necessarily. He's comfortable just playing ball to the halfway line to Erling Haaland. If he's allowed to do that today, then I think there's a better opportunity for Manchester City to benefit from it. He doesn't mind playing a shorter game, whereas I think Eddie has to sort of give it short but would rather go long. There's a slight difference in that. When it comes to saving, Ortega makes more saves than Eddie because for whatever reason he ends up being exposed a little bit more. Maybe the games that he plays in, but there's a chance for Ortega to improve Man City rather than just be the goalkeeper to stop them from losing.
Let's quickly touch on the goals conceded from Manchester City. It's so unusual to see them conceding so many, 23 this season. I think it's 1.69 per game average, which is a lot of goals. Do you think that's down to the amount of injuries and the chopping and changing?
Yeah, I do think that is. I mean, listen, if you haven't got a side where pretty much City would pick itself really defensively, I think that's a problem straight away. And again, I know people keep highlighting the fact that Rodri's got that long-term injury, but he was and is so key in this City side, what he does defensively to protect the back line and to take them forward. And unfortunately, he's not available, but you can't just stop still over that. You need to keep going forward, and that's what people keep highlighting, is that Rodri's out.
No, it's more than Rodri, and when you think that you lose Rodri, KDB and still win games, then you lose Grealish, then you lose Doku, then you lose Kovacic, then you lose I think Diaz, Akanji. The spine of this team, Erling Haaland is probably the only one who survived.
Exactly.